Hi everybody, I'm Kirsten Meakin from Naio Nails. In this video, I'm going to show you how to change this look to something else. This is going to help everybody that has clients that comes in with their fabulous set on and they are like, oh, I just want it completely changed. You don't need to take them off. You can change them without taking them off. So let's do this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is push back the cuticles and then I'll start taking off the stones of Andrea's nails. So I'm pushing back the cuticles like I just said. Going to get that done first. You can see that the nails are still intact. Everything, still looks really nice. But we have a 3-week growth at the back here. So we need to rebalance these nails and fill them, because if you leave this too long, see this section here where it's grown, if you leave that till it's down sort of here, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the natural nail and you don't want that. If you really like these nails, you can see a video of how we did them. Then I'm going to take an old cuticle nipper and just start to remove the stones. Don't attempt to file them away.
That one just hit me.
Did it?
Yeah.
Good shot.
I just felt my jeans go pop.
So basically just cracking the edge of the gel that we put them on with. We put them on with Mega Gloss. So I'm just using a round bit now to exfoliate around the cuticle. The cuticles aren't too bad because she comes every 3 weeks. We do Andrea's nails, so the cuticles are really healthy and maintained. They don't need a lot of work. Unlike me, when I do mine, I leave mine too long really, and I am not as kind to myself as I am to everybody else. I really should look after myself. So we're just taking off any of the dry skin. Dry and dead skin. Now, last time we did these nails, we had a little accident. There was a power cut, the light fell on my head and on Andrea's hand. It was all crazy. So we're hoping that this time everything runs really smoothly. So now I'm going to go round with a file and smooth out this section here. So I'm going to smooth the cuticle area. We're going to blend that into the natural nail. We're not really touching the natural nail at this point. We're kind of just blending the acrylic. Don't stay in one spot. You've got to keep moving so you don't build up friction. I'm going to do this to all of the nails. On this one, we've got some gorgeous one-stroke nail art. We're going to remove that because obviously we're changing. The main object of this is to change the entire look. So we're going to fill it, maintain the structure, but give it a new look. I'm going to wipe over with some acetone while I'm wiping over, I'm also pushing the cuticle back as well. It's quite important, I think. And then we're going to prime with our prep product. So you've got Nail Prep Dehydrator. And then we're going to prime. Thin coats of primer. You don't want to just like flood all the skin with primer, because if you put too much on, it'll just go a bit berserk. Second coat of primer, again, just a thin coat, just on that natural nail. I'm doing exactly what I would do in the salon. This is, you know, a very realistic tutorial. I've got high speed liquid. I'm going to knock that over. Okay. So because I'm changing the colour of them, I'm like, well, what do I fill them with? Well, I can fill them with the same product. So I'm going to fill with warm beige, warm beige, warm beige. And I'm going to fill with Musically here. Musically? Is that the right word?
Musical.
Musical, that's the one. Because the next time Andrea has a fill, she might want to go back to these sort of vibrant colours. So it's already there. Right, so we've got a small bead. And I've got a size 8 brush. It's not a massive brush because we're only filling.
What are the key tips that you give for filling?
You've got to use the correct size bead for what you want to do. Tip the finger down because you're working around the cuticle, which is, you know, a really vital area to get right. But it's easier because you're not concentrating on anything else. You're just concentrating on filling that area. You're not thinking, oh, I've got to come down the nail, I've got to do a design and all that. You're literally concentrating on this area here. So the finger is pointing down. Place the bead, clean the brush. Pat and press the bead where you want it. And you can start to pull this bead down. And what you're trying to do as well is make sure that you've got your apex in the back third still. You're rebalancing the strength of that nail. If you look at this side here, we have like a little tiny split there. So we're going to pull the product over the top, pat it down so it fills that little crack. Do we need a little bead just for that apex? And then this is Musical, which is a gorgeous purple with different glitters running through. And you don't need to do that thick because we'll build up the apex with clear directly over the top of that. Clear bead. Still tipping that finger down, and then we can start straightening it up. This nail had a lot of lifting, so we've got quite a big bead for this one. I had to remove any of the acrylic that was lifted. Don't be lazy and leave anything on there. If it has a little bit of lifting, you do need to get rid of it, else it's going to cause product breakdown, and it'll cause you a pain in the neck because your client will then start moaning. So what I'm going to do now is go through my normal filing routine. So I will do the side walls first, as always. Then I'll go round the cuticle area, make sure that's nice and neat. And I will tidy up the free edge. And it's this point that you will ask your client if they want any length taken off. Want any length taken off, Doc?
Oh, I don't know.
Would you just want them neatening up?
Just neaten them up.
Just neaten them up, neaten that shape up.
Yeah. Not too long, are they?
No. You've had longer.
Yeah.
Because obviously the free edge length will get worn from day-to-day use. So you will need to just sharpen that up and neaten it. I've had clients that have had a ballerina nail and then come back with an almond-shaped nail because they've worn that much. Those people clearly do too much with their life and their hands.
You mean they have a regular life?
Yeah. So, normal filing routine, side walls, cuticle area, free edge, and go over the surface. Then I will go over with the white block just to smooth them all out. Then I'm going to wipe over with acetone to smooth that out even more. Now they're all ready for something new and delicious. I am going to do a little bit of stamping on there. We're going to use gel polishes to change this entire look. That's the amazing thing about gel polish, is you can change the look of any nails at any given time. So I'm going to mix some of the metallics together because you know I like to do a little bit of mixing. And what ones that I'm going to use, I'm going to pull these out. I might not use them all, but I will use as many as I can possibly because I like it. And it gets me a little bit excited. So if you look at this, it's a gorgeous shimmer. And we're going to apply this straight over the top of the nail that's got the gorgeous warm beige on. And it's just going to add a shimmer to it. Now you need to sort of plan in your head what you're going to do if you're not confident enough to just eyeball it and go for it. So because this is a transparent colour, that nail that we've just put it on is the perfect nail for it to go over the top of. If we put it over the ones with the vibrant colours, then it wouldn't cover it. I'm going to do a second coat. What I'm going to do, because I'm going to put the metallics onto this nail and on the free edge of this nail. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to use the Urban Graffiti top coat to make the nail really shiny so it's ready for the metallics to go on top of. So that's something really important about the metallics. It needs to go on top of a shiny surface. You pop that into the lamp. So I'm going to use M23, which is a bright pink, and M36, which is a soft pink. We're going to use both colours, pop them onto the palette, which my little palette is just a bit of backing paper from Sculpting Forms. And we're going to mix them together. I'm going to add some more of that silvery pink. Mix that. So we make a softer pink. I'm going to use the side of the brush to scrape that up into a little pool. Clean that off. Then with the gel brush, pick it up. We're going to do 2 coats of this colour. You need to let each coat dry between each layer because you don't want that first layer to be wet when you start to work on it again. Now I'm going to do the free edge.
Oh, look at the green in that one when it moves.
Yeah, I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? So we're just going to paint in the smile line and bring it down. Just use the side of the brush to get that straight edge. So once that's dry, we're going to go in with a second coat of colour, and you kind of want to float over the top because it will re-wet the under layer. So that first layer will get wet again slightly. I'm going to be using this colour. It will have a name. This is from the Shimmer collection. And, oh, there you are. So it's a gorgeous pink. We're going to do a couple of coats of that. Don't worry about this glitter showing through here just at the minute because we are going to put something else there. Pop that in. So you can see how you can just see that glitter popping through. I mean, it looks kind of nice, to be honest with you.
It's like a gradient.
What we're going to do is use this colour. And then what we are going to take it and we're going to put it in the same place as that glitter is underneath, which will completely distract the eye away from what's underneath, and you will just see what's on top. So I'm just patting it and pushing it into the places that I want it. And pop that into the lamp. Now with the thumb, we're going to be using this nude colour. So you can see it's really opaque. I'm going to do 2 coats of that. Pop that in. Once that's dry, we're going to go in with a second coat of colour.